With the new meta shift to flipping in old school RuneScape with real-time price data, I've been hard at work investigating different ways to continue to flip and make money with methods that differ from active flipping. I recently discovered a neat grand exchange trick that I think is super OP to make money with and requires almost zero effort. In this guide, I'm going to discuss my passive investing strategy that I've been building out with this new information and how you can actually utilize it to make bank. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. Now, I'm calling this passive investing because it's different than your standard traditional RuneScape investment. In RuneScape, traditional investing relates to buying an item you think is cheap, holding it for multiple weeks, and selling it for a profit. This passive investing strategy is a little bit different and actually revolves around consistently buying unique items for a discounted price. I feel like the best way for me to showcase this strategy is to show you what I'm doing on my alternate account to actually execute it. You'll notice here that I don't actually have an active membership, but I'm still able to buy members' items, and that actually plays into the strategy. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. The goal of this strategy is to buy commonly bought shop items at a discounted price to sell back on the Grand Exchange later for an average price. Now, when you're finding these items, they need to be medium to low volume items that are commonly exploited by shop buyers for a quick profit. Now, these work best because the price on these items often swings, making it easy to actually purchase the item over an extended period of time. And the return on both of these is quite significant. You want to make sure all of your buy offers are unique purchases for shop items. In my example here, I'm using primarily the limestone brick and the marble blocks. You can ignore these two items down here. It was testing for part of the strategy that didn't really work out as well. So you'll see here that I'm buying the limestone bricks for 145 GP. If you look on the OSRS wiki, these typically trade around 230 to 250 GP. So every time we fill these for a cheaper price, we're making at max 105 GP each, which is great. We also have the marble blocks listed as well, which we're currently buying for 316k. These typically trade for 326k, making us 10k every time we are able to buy and sell one of these. Now, all of these items have been sitting for about 3 weeks at this point, and we have 89,000 limestone bricks, and we completely filled our marble block offer. Now, the marble blocks filled a lot faster. That took about 2 weeks to completely fill, while the limestone bricks are still buying, but they're going to have the best return considering how much we can get from a supply standpoint. Currently, right now, if we calculate out the profits, we have about, 89,000 bricks, so that's about 8 mil profit, and we haven't even sold them off yet. We're also getting about 6 mil profit if we can sell the marble blocks back at the 326k price point. And I think that's looking really, really solid considering for about 3 weeks we haven't had to do anything yet except log in to check how our offers are going. Calculating it out, it's about 14.6 mil in profit just from waiting on these items, but we have to keep in mind to actually set these buy offers, we did need to use a bond, right? So we'll take 4.5 mil off of that, so we're about at a 10 mil profit for 3 weeks of doing nothing. Keep in mind with this strategy, when I release this video, other people are going to try and flip the limestone bricks and the marble blocks as well, so you will need to do your own research to find other shop items that have medium to low volume that constantly fluctuate on the Grand Exchange, so you can set up this passive investing strategy on an alternative account. If you can find the right items though, guys, you will be able to make a lot of money with this strategy. I mean, again, I'm 10 mil in profit including the bond cost, and I've only let this sit for about 3 weeks or so, as long as I can sell them back, but I do not find that to be a problem. It's harder to get the buy offers to fill than the sell offers. Also, by the way, I'm ruining my own passive investing strategy here just for you guys so you can see the video, so please drop a like since I'm ruining my own methods for your guys' gains. The real power of this strategy is to have an alternative account that you flip on for about 2 weeks, and then during the end of that membership time frame, you want to set these offers up on your Grand Exchange and just constantly maintenance them. As long as you log in every 2 weeks, regardless of if you have membership or not, if you do have the offers on the Grand Exchange, even if they are for members' items, the items will still continue to buy as long as you log in once every 2 weeks. So it's super simple to upkeep. The more cash you can put into these flips up front, the better it is, because that means you're going to have to pay for membership less, and that's going to make your profit margin a lot larger, and it's going to make it even more lucrative for you. This is a super lucrative and super passive method. This is probably the most passive method I've found to make a really significant return. I mean, yes, okay, 10 mil in 3 weeks is not amazing money or anything like that, but that does include the cost we had to buy the bond for. And on top of that as well, this is not using that much money to actually put into this investment. If you put more money up front, you can make a higher GP per week average, but at the same time, this is zero effort gold. This is better than any other passive moneymaker in game. Example, Kingdom of Miscellanea totally crushes that. Herb Boxes completely crushes that. It's going to be your best passive moneymaker in the game. And look at this. If you scale this across multiple accounts, you're going to be able to make a huge gain. I mean, imagine doing this on 3 accounts. Now you're making 30 mil every 3 weeks, 10 mil a week. That looks pretty significant considering how low effort this strategy really is. Let's talk about the pros of this strategy. Now, the pros are that this is a low effort moneymaker. Again, this is not Kingdom of Miscellanea and it's not Herb Boxes. You're actually getting a decent amount of GP daily by doing this strategy. This is also a super safe investment strategy as well. This strategy targets item dumps that are bound to safe shop prices, and you're almost guaranteed to turn a profit every time. There are no requirements as well for executing this strategy, besides maybe bonding the account once so you don't have any trade restrictions, but that is it. Besides that, there are no other requirements to actually execute this. This is a scalable method as well. You could do this on multiple accounts or across multiple different shops on multiple accounts and really up that GP profit. And look at this as well. I'm only using 2 of my Grand Exchange slots to successfully execute on items. What happens when you're using all 8? You're going to be able to make a lot more money. Also, there is a free-to-play version for this strategy as well. I have made a video on that in the past. I'll put a link for it in the description below. Also, I'll put it on screen so you can go check that out as well. And that is another way that you can make money using this strategy in free-to-play. Now, let's touch on the cons of this strategy because not everything is rainbows and ponies, okay? It takes time. This strategy, it takes time and it's not an instant return. It does take a while to invest this cash into items and then flip those items back for a good profit. Also, another downside to this strategy is it does require some upfront capital. In other words, you're going to need a fair bit of starting GP to operate this strategy efficiently. Of course, you don't want to put like 10 mil into these items, have the bond run out on the account, and then need to rebond it every once in a while and only sell back for like a 2.5 mil profit. You really want to make sure you have enough money to actually outpace that bond, and when you are logging back onto this account to sell the items, it is going to be for a multi-million GP profit. That way you can still sustain the bond going forward. Also, competition makes this strategy less effective, and the release of this video, of course, is not going to help with that at all. It's going to be a competitive strategy, but as time goes on, it should be a little bit less competitive. Also, the craftier you get with different shop items, the more you're going to be able to make, as you can find things with less competition, so keep that in mind. This is a super safe and simple strategy you can run on an alt account to make a lot of extra gold on the side with literally zero effort. So I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now. It's been going really well for me so far. I gave you guys the numbers beforehand, and that's why I wanted to make a video on it, because I know a lot of you in the Discord and just on the channel in general are trying to get into those passive money makers because you like to play the game a bit more. You like to do PVM and things like that, and flipping actively at the Grand Exchange with real-time prices is just not really your thing. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever done this kind of flipping in the past, and if you haven't tried it before, are you going to try it now to see if you can make a couple mil? I'm curious which shop items that you guys are going to find to buy and make some bank. Anyway, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.